All right, guys. Good afternoon, and welcome to a review of 365 Days to the Wedding, Episode 3. Now, the last two episodes of this show was really great for an adult rom-com. I mean, think about this. The fake marriage, trying to hold off within a year, and then having these ideas. Not only that, you have the fake parent. Then all of a sudden you have the father, Takuya's father, trying to see what's going on with this whole marriage thing. Sorry. And then, the way how it ended, it makes me wonder, okay, what's going to happen after? Not only that, this show, when it comes to rom-coms, is going to be a misunderstandings. There's always misunderstandings, and there's always a level of misunderstandings. And like all rom-coms, we're going to have some misunderstandings. And like this episode, we got a misunderstanding. So without further ado, let's get right to it with the review of 365 Days to the Wedding. Now, talk about surprises. There were surprises I didn't even see. And I didn't even read it. I never read it. So, the father, Takuya's father. Let me be honest with you guys. I don't hate him. I'm not saying Takuya's father's not a bad father. We did get a backstory of his hometown growing up. Living with the farm, living in the fields. Every now and then, him and his family, as they were kids, just waving at the train as it passed by, collecting rice paddies, collecting frogs. We got to see Takuya's kid side, how he was, But I understand the father about the homeland. The population is declining. The fields are declining. The area is now declining. How do I put this? It was like been there, done that vibe, and because of that, things changing. And Takuya don't want to go back, but leave it to Rika to explain, her love for maps and her love for rocks and showing how the population is and all that. All those things is very knowledgeable. Now give it up for Taki. He's having a hard time with family and the fake marriage thing. He's going through a lot. Now I don't know about Rika yet because we're in episode 3, but I feel like there's gonna be more on Rika's side as well. We're only seeing Takuya's side, and so far Takuya's side of so much stressful dealing with its father, the home, and the fake marriage is a little too much for him. A little too much. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be solvable. Now, the Princess Claudia. 28-year-old princess. Blonde hair, blue eyes. You know what? Let me be honest with you guys. Characters with the English dialogue, I get giddy over it. I can't. Every time a character talks in English, I always get a huge smile in my face and I laugh a little lightly because I did not suspect, again, I didn't suspect this. So here's how it works. The JTC is asking this guy to ask Takuya to be an attendee for the princess. Princess got to be an incognito, meaning if anybody see her, they're gonna freak out. But in her incognito way, they pass by like, who is that? So she has to blend in with the crowd. But again, the dialogue is so freaking good in English. I love it. The way how they're talking in English. I like characters like that. Characters who I like Japanese voice actors with English dialogues because it's so effing funny and cute to hear. It's like Alia, who sometimes speaks in Russian. When I hear them talking in Russian, I'm like, oh my god, my head is like twirling. And I'm looking at her. I'm looking at with Takuya and Claudia talking to each other. Their English was, oh my god. Now here's the thing. I wish they would have kept it. I wish they would have kept some more English dialogue, during the confrontation, during the whole talking. But when they said went back to Japanese, I'm like, But I really want to hear more. I really did. So, Takuya was just showing Claudia around, like she loved cats. She takes her to a cat shrine. Things that makes her happy. But man, this is why I love Sailor Moon. This is why I love the series Sailor Moon, because this is why. So Takuya takes her to the roof to see the tower. And this has happened in anime. You know how in anime, when a couple is on the roof, bad things, good things, confessions, all those things when it comes to that school roof scene. Every time there's a school roof scene, every time there is a school roof scene, you know something's gonna happen. And that's what we got. So Julia and even gave her a school uniform. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw Julia in that school uniform, the first thing that came to my mind was Sailor Moon. Because school roof is anime-wise 101 when it comes to the school roof. And the knowledge of him knowing anime is like, here, try this on. And you know the school uniform. The first thing that came to my mind was Sailor Moon. The uniform speaks for itself. This is why I love Sailor Moon. This is why Sailor Moon to me is my childhood anime, is one of my top 5 greatest animes, because this was the show. Sailor Moon was the show that got me into anime. I know everybody gonna say Pokemon, but for me, it was Sailor Moon. And I applaud them for doing the Sailor Moon reference. I really do. I applaud them for that. And I like how Claudia was doing the Sailor Moon pose like that. But then there's that moment after everything was fine. She's like, please take me to your apartment. In my mind, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Now, Rika, on the other hand, see, this is why this episode is really good. Because Rika, even though Rika knows that this is some fake marriage, this is a way to show that she showed jealousy. And we did. This is a whole jealousy. This is whole misunderstandings. And like all rom-coms, we got jealousy and misunderstandings. So she went to check on Takuya. And I'm going to explain that gift later. Bring home a gift. And then he hears Takuya and Claudia talking. You know. And then once she opened the door, she saw Claudia on top of Takuya. Now, this is one of those misunderstandings. Again, worst case scenario, misunderstanding. But all this was a misunderstanding because apparently Claudia wants to see Rika. And, you know, that's why Takuya been calling her every now and then to come over to the apartment, but she never answers. So again, misunderstanding. Now, what surprised me the most of this, and I didn't see this coming, was that she showed us a photo of the girl like she's in love with, Marie. Guys, I'm dead ass. I didn't see this coming. I'm dead ass. The thing is, we looking at this princess and she was just being married to another place. She was just being married just for the sake. But in reality, she's actually in love with Marie. It's like, wait a minute. So you are Yuri? I don't want to use the word lesbian. I don't want to use that word. I will say Yuri. It's like, wait a minute. You're Yuri? You have a girl love? Yo, I'm dead serious. I didn't see that coming. So, and, you know, watching this, it's like, wow, that was a surprise. I didn't see that coming. That was a huge twist. Because when they showed the photo, I'm like, can we see the photo? They didn't show, but when they showed her, that she's with the girl, I'm like, wow. I didn't see that coming. But, you know, I'm really happy Claudia is learning from this fake marriage. It's like she's learning that this is, like, she understands the difference between love and courage. Like, she's not in love with someone right now, but she has the courage to step up and be with someone. So now she knows the difference between, just looking at Rika and Takuya, she understands the difference between love and courage. And I'm pretty sure that we're not going to see the last of her. I hope we see more of her soon. I really hope so. Now, let's leave it to Rika. You know, Rika gave Takuya a rock. Let's be honest, guys. That's the first gift he ever got from a girl. And I appreciate him not throwing it out, because Rika liked to collect stones. And I do appreciate that he kept it as a memento. That's development right there. Hell, I don't care if Rika gave you a tape. I don't care if Rika gave Takuya a beat up tape. I don't care. I don't care. But that's a gift from Rika. That's a gift. If your girl, if your girl gave you your first gift, you're supposed to keep it to remember. And seeing that scene where she gave him a rock, that right there is like a point of their relationship is going to grow. And Takuya is going to keep that stone. Plus, I do like that ending where when she did the pose, but I loved it. But overall though, this was a really great episode. I mean, it was full of surprises I didn't even see, especially the Sailor Moon reference, and especially Claudia's relationship. I didn't even see that. I did not see that coming. That was a surprise for me. And again, this episode led to like misunderstanding, but it was also the development of Takuya and Rika's relationship in this fake marriage. And like I said before, as the episode progresses, we're bound to see a growth between those two. And truthfully so, they're going to be really, really together. So thank you for watching my review of episode 3 of this. I look forward for next week's episode, and I'm sure you will.